Hi students, how are you all? I hope you are fine, staying safe at your home. I know you people are getting bored, and like me, you people are also getting, you're thinking when will come to an end and when we will go to our school, we will study, we'll play, we'll meet our friends. But students, it's high time. As you all know that we are fighting a pandemic, and hopefully if we stay at home, then India will not enter stage 3 of this pandemic, and that is very important. So students, I will request you all to stay safe at your home and don't go outside to play. Don't try to meet your friends, and try to follow all the instructions that are given by your elders and the government. And students, we people are missing you a lot, and I hope you all are also missing us. I'm waiting when I can meet you all. We can start our classes again. Till then, you should follow the videos that are being given by your teachers and try to solve the questions which are based on those videos as much as you can. At least spend some time on studies. I'm not saying that the whole day you will study and you will only study. It's not like that case. Definitely it's a very good time in which you can utilize to follow your hobbies. Whatever hobbies you people have, you should try to follow those. And other than this, definitely give some time to your studies, and hopefully this time will also come to an end, and hopefully we will meet again. We'll start our classes. Springer family is missing you, and I hope you are also missing your teachers. So without wasting our time, let's start today's video. And today's video is about quadratic equations, class 10. So class 10, this is your first lecture in mathematics. So please pay attention, and hopefully it will be an interesting video for you. It's an easy chapter. So let's start with this quadratic equations, class 10th. Students, before we go for quadratic equations, the question that comes in our mind is, what are quadratic equations? To understand the fact of quadratic equations, already you know quadratic equations. I know that you have studied it in class 9th, but I will start with some basics, and let us start with polynomials. So as you can see on your board, on your slide, the definition of polynomial is given here. An algebraic expression in which the exponent of the variable is neither negative nor in fractions is called a polynomial. So if I try to write an algebraic expression in front of you, it will be something like this. Suppose if I write 2x square plus 3x plus 9. So students, you can see this 2x square plus 3x plus 9, it is a quadratic equation. And in this equation, you can see it's also a polynomial. Why it's a polynomial? Because you can see the variable x is having powers which are in whole numbers. That means they are not negative integers, and neither they are in fractions. Suppose if I write another equation, say 2x square plus 3 root x, then this will not be a polynomial. It's an algebraic expression, 2x square plus 3 root x, but this is not a polynomial, because here you can see the power of x is 1 upon 2. That means it is in fractions, and if the power of the variable is in fraction or it is negative, then this equation will not be called an polynomial, or this algebraic expression will not be called an polynomial. So polynomials are those algebraic expressions in which the exponent, that means power of the variable, must not be negative and must not be in fractions. So let us move on. After polynomials, the next topic that I will deal with you students is degree of polynomials. As you all know, the highest power of the variable in the polynomial is called degree of the polynomial. Suppose if I write a polynomial 2x, if I write a polynomial 2x plus 3, here you can see the variable is 3 and the highest degree of the polynomial variable is 1. So degree of polynomial is 1. Whereas if I write 3x square plus 2x plus 5, now you can see the highest degree of the variable. There are two places in which variables are there, x and x square, and the highest degree is 2. The highest power of the variable is 2, so the degree of polynomial will be 2. Fine. After understanding the degree of the polynomial, let us move on to quadratic polynomial. When the degree of polynomial is 2, it is called a quadratic polynomial. So obviously students, this is a quadratic polynomial. 3x square plus 2x plus 5. Okay. Now let us take some questions and let us try to understand what are quadratic polynomials. If I say you, suppose if I say you that 2x square, whether it's a quadratic polynomial or not, the answer is yes, it's a quadratic polynomial. Why? Because you have the power of x 2. Whenever you have the power of x2, it's a quadratic polynomial. It does not matter that whether you have 3x or the second term or the third term or not. If they are there or not, that doesn't matter. What matters is there that the first term 2x square must be there. Now, suppose if I say, students, if I say 3x cube plus 2x square plus 9, is it a quadratic polynomial? The answer is no, because you can see the highest power is 3. Although we have 2 as the power of x, but the highest power is 3, so it's a cubic polynomial, it's not a quadratic polynomial. Now, after going for quadratic polynomial, we will go for quadratic equation, which is the basis of our chapter, on which we are going to study the questions and all. So when a polynomial is converted into an equation, it becomes a quadratic equation. So suppose if I take a quadratic polynomial, as I have taken 3x square plus 9x plus 3, till now it's a quadratic polynomial. If I put a equal to sign and I put any number on this side, suppose I have put 0 over here, now it converts into an equation, and this quadratic polynomial 3x square plus 9x plus 3 becomes an quadratic equation. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. Now, the general form of quadratic equation. Till now, I have written the quadratic equation with the help of certain numbers, but those are specific cases. The general case for a quadratic equation is this: ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where b can be equal to 0, c can be equal to 0, but a cannot be equal to 0. Why? Because see students, if a becomes equal to 0, then this term of x square will not be there, will not exist, because a becomes 0, so ax square becomes 0, and it will be converted into a linear polynomial bx plus c. However, if b becomes 0, this term of bx will not be there. Doesn't matter, ax square is there, the highest power is 2, so it's still a quadratic polynomial. Even if c becomes 0, then this term will not be there, but still ax square will remain. And if ax square remains, the highest degree of the variable is 2, and it will consist, or it will remain to be a quadratic polynomial. So students, the general form of quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a cannot be equal to 0. Now, before we go for the questions and all, let us see a little bit of history regarding quadratic polynomials. It's not a very important from your mathematical part, but you should know all these things also, because by knowing these things you will be proud of your heritage. See, the Babylonians, you must have heard about Babylonia. Babylonians were the first to solve quadratic equations, but the Indian mathematician Sridharacharya 1025 AD derived a formula on quadratic polynomials. That formula is known as quadratic formula, and it is used to solve quadratic equations, and he derived this formula on the basis of completing the square method. Now this may seem something like boomerang for some of the students. Sir, what is completing the square method? Sir, what is quadratic formula? Don't worry students, we will come to these points very soon. But before we come to these points, solving a quadratic equation by quadratic formula or completing the square method, let us first of all solve certain questions which are of the first level, which are easier in their type. And after that, in the second and the third lecture, we'll also learn how to solve quadratic equation using factorization method and quadratic formula method. So students, now it's time to solve certain questions. Get ready and let us start. So students, I will zoom a little bit. The question is, you can see, the question is, check whether the following are quadratic equations or not. Let us see the first question. As you can see students, the first question here, it is given x minus 2 whole square plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 3. Now what we have to do, we have to expand it, expansion. You have studied in class 9. So x minus 2 whole square, if you expand it in a minus b whole square, it becomes x square minus 4x plus 4 plus 1, this one, is equal to 2x minus 3. Now what we will do, we will transpose this 2x minus 3 on the left hand side. So it becomes x square minus 4x. This plus 2x becomes minus 2x. Are you following me? And this minus 3 becomes plus 3. So what does it become? It becomes x square minus 6x minus 4x minus 2x is minus 6x plus 8 is equal to 0. So it is in the form ax square plus bx plus c. You can check where a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 6 and c is equal to 8. So it's a quadratic equation. I hope you have understood this. Let us move on to the next question. Second question, students, you can see it's given 2x minus 1 into x minus 3, x plus 5, x minus 1. What we have to do, we have to again expand it. A plus b into a minus b or a plus a minus b into a minus b. Simply we have to do the multiplication. So if you multiply x with 2x square, it becomes 2x square. If you multiply minus 3 with 2x, it becomes minus 6x. If you multiply x with minus 1, it becomes minus x. And if you multiply minus 3 by minus 1, it becomes plus 3. So this is on the left hand side. Similarly, we have expanded it on the right hand side. Now after this, what we will do, we will transpose the terms on the left hand side. So 2x square and here it becomes x square. So 2x square minus x square minus 6x minus x is minus 7x. And here you have plus 4x, it will transpose and it will become minus 4x. Is it clear? Then if you have got here plus 3 and minus 5 will become plus 5. So it becomes 2x square minus x square is x square minus 7x minus 4x is minus 11x and 3 plus 5 is 8 is equal to 0, which is again in the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So it's the given equation is also a quadratic equation. Now let us see the third question. X into x plus 1 plus 8. Concentrate here. X into x plus 1 plus 8 is equal to x plus 2 into x minus 2. We have to expand it. X into x is x square. X into 1 is x and plus 8 is equal to x plus 2 x minus 2. A plus b, a minus b, a square minus b square. So x square minus 2k square 4. Now we have to transpose it. So this x square and this x square will come on the left hand side. So x square minus x square plus x. We don't have any term of x on the second side. So plus x will remain. And plus 8 minus 4 will become plus 4. Now this x square and this x square will be cancelled out. This x square and this x square will be cancelled out. And you are left with x plus 12 is equal to 0. Now this is not in the form ax square plus bx plus c, because you can see there is no term of x square. So it is not a quadratic equation. It's a linear equation. I hope you must have understood this. Now similarly, you can go for the fourth question also. I will not elaborate it, but if you have any problem in it, you can ask in the WhatsApp group and I will definitely answer it. Let us move on to the next slide. And we have now some different type of questions here. Let me zoom it first. Yes, now it's visible to you all. Let's take me the pen. Yes, fine. So students, the question is, show that root 2 and minus 2 root 2 are both the solutions of the quadratic equation. Now, when does a number become solution of a quadratic equation or any sort of equation? When you put the number in place of the variable. Here the variable is x. So we'll put it in place of x, and if the LHS and RHS becomes equal, that means if the LHS becomes equal to 0, then this is the value of the given equation. So your equation is x square plus root 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now what we will do is that we will put x is equal to root 2 in the LHS side. So it becomes root 2 square plus root 2 into root 2, x root 2 minus 4. So root 2 ka square is 2, root 2 into root 2 is 2, minus 4, 2 plus 2 4, 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. That means LHS is equal to RHS. So root 2 is a solution of the given equation. The next is minus 2 root 2. So if we take minus 2 root 2 and we substitute it in place of x in the left hand side, x square minus 2 root 2 ka whole square plus root 2x, yani root 2 into minus 2 root 2 minus 4. So it becomes minus 2 root 2 whole square, minus minus plus 2 root 2 whole square is 8. So plus 8. Root 2 into root 2, it becomes 2. 2 into minus 2 becomes minus 4, and this minus 4. So 8 minus 4 again it becomes equal to 0. So you can say 2 root 2 is also a solution of the given equation. So students, what we have to do, simply we have to put the values that are being given in the question in place of x, and we have to see whether the LHS becomes equal to 0 or not. If it becomes equal to 0, it is the solution of the given quadratic equation. If it does not become equal to 0, it is not the solution of the given equation. Fine. Let us move on to the next question. Now the next question is, students, it's being said that 2 upon 3, you can see 2 upon 3. 2 upon 3 is a root of the quadratic equation kx square minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. It's already being said it is a root. That means 2 upon 3 is a solution. So if I put 2 upon 3 in place of x, it should become equal to 0. And if it becomes equal to 0, we can find out the value of k. So what we do, we put 2 by 3 in place of x. So k into 2 upon 3 whole square minus x. So in place of x, we will write 2 upon 3 minus 2 is equal to 0. So it becomes 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. So 4 upon 9 k. Got my point? 4 upon 9 k minus 2 by 3 whole square, that is 4 by 9, and minus 2 minus 2 by 3 minus 2. Now if you solve it, it becomes minus 8 by 3. So 4 by 9k minus 8 by 3 is equal to 0. If I transpose 8 by 3 on the right hand side, 4 by 9k becomes equal to 8 by 3. So k becomes equal to 8 by 3 into, it will be inverse. So 9 by 4. So what will happen? 4, 8 can be cancelled out, 2, and you can see 3, 9 can be cancelled out, 3. So 3 2 ja 6. So your answer is 6. The value of k is 6. Now let us move on to the next question, students. Now let us see the question. Students, if minus a is a solution of the given equation x square plus 3ax plus k is equal to 0, find the value of k. Again, the question is of the same type. What we have to do, in place of x, we have to put minus a. So see, we have put a minus a in place of x, x square minus a whole square, 3a into x, that is minus a plus k is equal to 0. It becomes a square plus it becomes a square minus 3a square plus k is equal to 0. So k minus 2a square plus k, it will become minus 2a square. Minus 2a square plus k is equal to 0, and since k is equal to 2a square, so value of k is 2a square. Now similarly, we have one more question, students. We have one more question, and I hope you can solve this question. It's a very easy one. 2 and 3 are roots of the given equation. Find the values of m and n. Same way you have to follow. The example is being solved for you. So definitely you can go through this, and I hope you will solve it. So students, today we have learned two types of questions. One is to find out whether the given equation is a quadratic equation or not, and second is related with the values of the roots of the quadratic equation. These are the two primary type of questions which are being asked in your examination. go through these questions, try to solve some questions of this type, and in next lecture when I come, definitely I will come with some more questions, and next time we will start solving quadratic equation by factorization method. So students, hopefully you have enjoyed the lesson, I hope, and let's see when I can post the next video. I will try that I can post the next video tomorrow only, and every day I will try that I can post one lecture at least of mathematics for you people. And till then, goodbye. Have nice time with your family. Stay at home, stay safe, fight corona, wash your hands, wear your mask whenever possible. Thank you. Meet you very soon. Bye bye.